Hello, this is Dr. Sonia Cunningham Leverett with Hadassah's Crown Publishing with a wonderful author interview for you today. We have with us Simply Camille, who is going to talk with us about her graphic design work as well as her brand new release of a beautiful new adult coloring book. So you'll hear all about that later on. But first of all, if you would, Camille, just tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Hi, yes. So I am a visual artist in Atlanta, born and raised, and have always been into art ever since I was a little girl. So went to art school, undergrad and graduate. I got my undergraduate at Brevard College in North Carolina, and then my graduate degree at Savannah College of Art and Design in Atlanta. But recently have gotten into writing and illustration. Illustration was the easy part, but I feel like I needed a bit of time to curate that within myself with the writing part and just finding a spot that I felt like fit best for me in that realm of writing. Like since I wasn't really as familiar with that, I'm more of a graphic design um, based person, designer, artist, but also do paintings and illustration. So wanted to really like lean more into the illustration space.
Okay, that
Yes.
sounds
Mhm.
amazing. So I will just let you all in on a relationship that goes way back. I will not date your mom nor me, but I will say that we met at Clemson University many, many years ago, and we pledged we are line sisters. And I have always loved your mom, Tara Henderson Cameron. And so I've watched you through pictures as you have grown up. I remember when you first attended Brevard. And so your mom has shared things with us over the years. And so when you finished, you actually gave me a sample of your portfolio of some of your works that were very impressive. And I've shared them with authors as they look for graphic designers with their covers and that type thing. And so when she or you, one of the two approached me about this project, I was super excited because I already knew of the talent that you have just checking out
Mm,
the website Simply Camille. So
thank
this project that you have most recently done, let's just get right into it. Tell us about it. Where did the impetus for that come from? Where did the vision come from? And then when did you find time to do it?
Yes. So I would say it really started. So primarily, I feel like my time was consumed or being used for like corporate work or here and there, mostly corporate work. But I wanted to explore the space of like personal art. And I ended up meeting my mentor about 2 years ago. His name is Salim Bey. And so my friend gifted me this painting and I really loved it. Nobody ever gives me art. And I feel like maybe I'm an artist, so they feel like, oh, she might not want art from other people. But that was my first time really getting a piece from someone else. And I remember just loving it so much when I saw it. I'm like, okay, well, I wonder who made this. I couldn't really tell based on the signature on the back, but I ended up running into the artist, just happened chance in East Atlanta Village. I didn't tell him I was an artist, but we follow each other on social media. And from there, he was like, oh, you do art? And he was like, you're really great. I would love to, just connect with you and give you some guidance if you don't have anybody that's helping you with that right now. So from there, that really pushed me to his encouragement, I would say, helped push me to like get more back into sketching, creating products from those sketches, and ultimately that's where this Colorful Aura coloring book stemmed from and was rooted from my sketches and just the free creation of my sketchbook. Like I would say, like honestly, like the first couple months of being in my sketchbook, I was so rigid about like, okay, this page doesn't look good and I'll rip it out. But it's like your sketchbook is supposed to be like for play and to look back on the process of its creation, Colorful Aura's creation, and to see that that really stemmed from like my free expression, I felt like it was only appropriate for it to become. And I also love to journal. So, like a hybrid of journaling with my creative mind. Like it was like my brainchild. And so yeah. Mhm.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I
Thank you.
can't say enough about the beautiful, beautiful sketches that
Thank you.
the purchasers will have the opportunity to apply color and bring them to life as they want. And they really can't mess up as long as they stay in the lines because they have such a great template or sketch to color. I think that they are all just absolutely beautiful. And as you say, you combined your artistic ability in the area of drawing or sketching with your journaling. And
Mhm.
so, what I like about it is because most adults who are going to pick up a coloring book are going to want to relax, unwind. It's like your time, your self care, and everything about it is just, it lends itself to that because it's encouragement. It's, about just making yourself a better you. Do you want to
Yes.
speak to that, the inspiration?
Yes, definitely. So, like I say, I'm really big into journaling and just the self-reflection aspect of myself, like, or just that nurturing that part of myself. Within the past like 2 to 3 years, I feel like it's been really mm, cathartic for me in a sense. Like I used to like to do that as a kid, so it's almost like something I picked up in my um, young adult years. But I definitely feel like it'll be something that I continue to do throughout my adulthood and forever, really. So, and I was finding that my journaling in doing that have a lot of illustrations. Like I'll draw within the margins and draw on the lines and wherever else fits where I can draw anything, or like paint, even painting on my journal pages. So I'm like, and when people see that, my friends would see it, and or I have my, I always have like something to draw or create with on me at all times. Like my friends would be like, "That's so pretty." Like I'm like, "Okay, well, yeah, thanks." It's kind of like a journal diary space, but the illustration aspect within those pages really inspired colorful aura because yeah, I just felt like the templated, well, that format templated could offer the same healing energy that it gives me when I do that for myself. So I just wanted to share that with others.
Okay, yes. And that's the word, healing,
Yeah.
cathartic. Those
Mhm.
things that offer us a release. And so our artists, if you will, when they pick up your coloring book and they begin to, they will definitely feel like artists once they finish doing the coloring. But I want to go back to what you said about learning to just relax and enjoy what you're
Mhm.
doing and not being uptight about it. And I have
Yeah.
seen people who put pressure on themselves when they color. But we
Mhm.
want this, for anyone who purchases it, and we hope that you will. We'll share more information about how anyone watching this video can get the coloring book, but we do want it to be pleasurable. I have to share that I recently got back into playing the keyboard. And so, since I have retired from my day job, I spend a lot of time with my flowers, my plants at home,
Mhm.
playing keyboard, working on books, creating, doing things for church. I love doing events. And so my right brain has been screaming for many, many years, like free me, free me, free me. And
Mhm.
that was my tipping point. That is what helped me retire because although I loved my job, I really did. I felt like I was able to help kids for a long, long time. And that was why I went into education. But I didn't always have the opportunity to create the way I wanted to. So I've said that I'm half and half, like I can work out of my left brain a lot and I can also work out of my
Mhm.
right brain, but I was forced to do so much left brain that now that creative time is just wonderful. So to get to the point, I love the way you say that, you were just too hard on yourself, kind of rigid, and then you learn to just be creative and just let the juices flow however they will, because that's when we get to our best creative selves. I know that from a musical state, I was putting so much pressure on myself, like, you got to hit every note right. And nobody does
Mhm.
the first time. You have to mess up before you can get it right. So I
Mhm.
love that. And I do want the purchasers of the coloring book to keep that in mind. Like, just have fun with it. Yes, keep it neat. You want it pretty, but have fun with it.
Mhm. Yes. Yes, I feel like we're all our own worst critics with anything that we do, especially if it's something like art. There are so many people that I meet that just feel like they aren't artists. I personally believe that everybody is an artist in some capacity because think about it, like the way that we problem solve or yeah, just with anything like life situations, getting through day to day things, like all of that's creative problem solving. Whether it's like you're trying to figure out what you're going to eat for dinner and you had a busy day and you're just trying to like do something really quickly and you're throwing it together and everybody's like, okay, that was good. But it's like you weren't thinking about that as something that was creative, but that's your creation. So
Mhm.
I look at everything as creation and we're all artists. So all that to say. But yes, we
Get
are our
it?
own worst critics. And yeah, so like getting back, like I said, getting back into the personal art
Mhm.
really allowed me space to like play. I always call it like space to play on the page, space to play on the canvas, whatever my art board is, and that's graphic design term, art board, using like digital systems. It all has different terms, but it's all the same. Um, yeah, just play, and eventually, like you move things around enough, and you get to a point where you feel comfortable with it, and that works for you. It'll resonate with somebody else, and but really, all that matters is if it resonates with you.
Exactly. Awesome.
Mhm.
I love that. And I just haven't thought about how we do use creativity like all the time.
Mhm.
I'm one to
Mhm.
easily mix and match. And so,
Mhm.
because if I want to try to get a vegetable and then I want to try to get a protein, people laugh at me because I think that putting canned tuna into coleslaw is like one of the best creations or best meals ever. Like, who does that? Who eats that? It's creative and it works. It gives me the nutrients that I need.
Mhm.
I
Yes.
absolutely love that. All right.
Mhm.
So we talked a little bit, even though we didn't specifically about, when you found time to do it, it was like getting back into that. And I don't believe anything just happens. I believe everything happens for a reason. And so I'm glad that you had that meeting, that run in, you know,
Mhm.
that's truly happenstance that you ran into that artist,
Mhm.
as huge as Atlanta is, and
Right.
all of the people there that you would do that. And so that was divine intervention for you to get you back on this path. It really was.
Mhm.
So I
Yes,
have to
definitely.
stop and talk just for a minute about the splendid paint party that my line sisters and I were able to have back in November, where you sketched for us a Delta lady in a hat, and then we were able to add the paint. Are you still doing your paint parties?
Yes, yes. A paint party Atlanta. I've been doing that since 2016. So right after I graduated Brevard, yeah, I just felt like I wasn't getting hired fast enough, and that was my own impatience. But I'm like, I feel like I could be doing something. So my parents both helped me to get that off the ground, and my mom is really big on like helping me run the business, and it's something we do together just to share space with each other and bond, but to also allow me um, more of another entrepreneurial avenue. And yeah, I'm really grateful for it. I get to meet a lot of people. I get to travel here and there, and overall, it's really fun.
That's
Hmm.
awesome. That is awesome. And I'm glad that even though you are, in another job now, you still do that because, it's always wonderful to have some extra income. But when you're doing what you love and then you get to hang out with your mom, it doesn't even seem like work. It's a lot of fun. I know we
Hmm.
had fun and it wasn't, we got intense about those things. Like most of us, we got back up that next morning. We painted until the wee hours of the night. We had breakfast the
Yes.
next morning and we were right back with our aprons on, getting fresh water for our brushes. And
Oh.
we were intense. Like we had,
Hmm.
because we knew when we got home, we didn't have paint. We didn't want to go out and buy paint. Like we need to do this now. And we were serious about those things. And I'm so proud of mine. It is displayed in my dining room for
Hmm.
anyone who
Yes, I'm
visits.
glad you love it.
Yes, I do. I really do. And for anybody viewing who has not attended a paint party, I encourage you to. But in the link or the description of this video, there will be a link to Camille's website where you're able to contact her and schedule a
Hmm.
great party.
Hmm. Yes,
Yes.
and thank you for your support and y'all enjoying the class. Like I enjoyed teaching y'all's
Oh,
class.
you're so very welcome. You're so very
Mhm.
welcome. Well, tell us what's in the future for you and what are some of the future publications that you may have.
Yes. So right now in the works, I have three children's stories coming. The first one, I'm not sure when they'll fall, like when they finish. I try to work on them as I feel inspired, um, consistently, and I try to not try to. I set goals for myself. So, but also like illustrating stories. Like I said, it's just a new feat for me. Um, and I like to flow with my inspiration, my creative inspiration. But I have Kofi's Quest coming first, or whenever order they come. Cami Sees Paris, and then If the Sky Were the Ground. Those are the three that I have. Yeah,
They
yeah.
all
So
sound amazing.
thank
Yes,
you.
yes, I cannot wait to see those and the illustrations that will come along with those.
Yes, it's
Oh,
been really fun to work on them.
well, that sounds great. So, what is it that you like for our audience to know about Simply Camille? Any other services maybe that you may offer as far as graphic design? Because I know you're very busy, doing your own publishing, running your business, and you have a lot going on, but are there services that you could do, for example, some type of way, maybe you still do illustrations for other authors, maybe?
No, I haven't actually ventured into doing that just yet, illustrations for others, but I do graphic design. I've done painting commissions, at least three this year so far, or just mixed media. I'm finding that the illustrations for some of the, at least one of the stories, is starting to become more mixed media. So, like watercolor with ink and like sketching, and then I'll scan it and I might add some digital on top of that, maybe like print that out, paint on that some more. So, like when I say mixed media, that's kind of like what I'm referring to.
Okay.
Um, so, like helping others with that type of thing, but more so like framed pieces, like singular pieces, or like even diptychs, triptychs, but more so, yeah, like that. And then on my website, I have like different prints and like stickers, lifestyle art. So like some journals are available on there right now, but I try to switch my products out, excuse me, like per month just to keep it fresh every 2 months or so.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we will certainly be looking for those books whenever they come in whatever order, because I just know that regardless, whatever comes out first, I'll be excited to see it and to read it and to read it to my granddaughter and to my great niece and nephews. And
Yes.
I have two great nieces now and a couple of, well, several great nephews. So just all of them
Mm.
have to gather so we can read these books. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that. So, how can readers follow you or get in touch with you?
Yes, definitely. I have my website, which is simplycamilearts.com. And on there, on the homepage, there is a link to the book itself on my website, or you can go to a button that's on excuse me, homepage for Amazon. And then I'm Simply Camille Arts on Instagram, Simply Camille Arts _studio, but it's in the bio, so it's easy to find. I try to make it easy. And then TikTok is Simply Camille Arts.
Okay, awesome. Well, in the description for this video, you will certainly find a link to Simply Camille's Arts. And also, I will get her other social media that she just said. And we will make sure you have a link to Amazon to purchase the book, or you can purchase it from a link on her website because you want to support this author illustrator. This is her very first work, and I promise you, it is worth it. It is worth it for you to relax and unwind, but it's a great gift for someone else. So, whether you use markers, crayons, or colored pencils, whatever your thing is, you will want this, and it will be super fun. And who's to say you can't have a coloring party? Yeah, I mean, and you don't have to have wine. You can have Celsius. You can have
Mm-hmm.
bubbly. You can have some sparkling water, whatever. Just get together with some friends and a little jazz in the background, get your coloring book, your drink of choice, and just have a ball. a great way to unwind. So I'm looking forward to mine and having that coloring party. I'm just thrilled to have the opportunity to work with Simply Camille with her beautiful art and so forth. And so I will certainly be able to link you with her if there's something that you need or if you're just kind enough to support. And it's not like you're, this is something for you. It's not all about supporting her. It is about supporting her, but you're getting something out of it, something worthy. It's not just like we're just trying to sell you anything. This is a worthy product. I really, like I said, I can't wait to get my hands on mine and I can't wait to do my coloring. So this has been great. I always enjoy talking with you, having interactions because you're always so pleasant and you have such a beautiful
Oh, thank you.
smile. And I
Thank
just
you.
can't wait to see what your future holds as far as what you produce and where you end up because of all of the amazing talent that's within you.
Thank you so much. That's so kind.
You're so very welcome. So, if is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience?
No, I think that's it.
That's it. Okay. Well, you've done a wonderful job. It's been great talking with you. And again, I promise all of the information that we promised will be in the link. So thank you for joining us and stay tuned to more from Hadassah's Crown Publishing. If you have not subscribed, we hope that you will, and you will hit that like button and you will also share. So thanks for joining us today.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.